Thank you. Καλημέρα και από μένα. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για την πρόσκληση. Κρίνω ότι η...
Good morning. I think that introducing this session, the session on restructuring and financing red loans is it's to the point, as the speaker said, in the sense that even as we speak and following the important improvement of the past years, and despite the challenges and the changes that took place both at the legislative and institutional level, we still talk about this issue. We still talk about how to handle this issue because it remains one of the most important pillars for the Greek economy's sustainable development. In this context, I believe that the fall of the non-performance loan ratio is the most substantial challenge ahead. And this is something we have to see, we have to review at the level of the market as a whole, and not just with respect to the NPL ratio for banks, given that these metrics affect the Greek economy because we have many new securitizations that have been already included under the Hercules scheme. We've been through a long period which started, I think, 10 years time, in which we have been concerned and tormented by this issue. So in this last period, banks have been dedicated very actively in reducing their NPLs to a single-digit rate, and this has been achieved by means of selling these securitizations to investors who assigned their securitized loans handling to specialized firms. Since early 2022, we observe, following the transfer of loans from the bank's P&Ls to the servicers, we observe that there is a trend and there is a great discussion about the so-called secondary market of NPLs. We already have a number of transactions taking place. We have servicers selling many of these loans, and we expect more of these transactions to take place in the future. The restructuring and fragmentation of these portfolios of loans, always governed by the concept of better governance of these portfolios, has to do mainly with non-performing loans or settled loans in conjunction with other non-serviced loans. And it also has to do with the so-called thematic portfolios, for instance, hotels. The servicers, in this case, in a very targeted way and very effective way, if you ask me, address to investors who, amongst other things, have a better understanding on this specific niche market in order to provide more sophisticated solutions, more efficient solutions that take into account not only the financial statements and the delay time of these debts, but also the particularities of every specific industry with respect to the domestic market and the challenges or capabilities of this industry in order to recover the money and perhaps bring the loan back to an operational level, and of course to the recovery of the debtors to some degree of normality. At the same time, we see that this invigorates the market. It strengthens the competition because we have this rationale of the champion's challenger, in the sense that we have investors who were not have not entered the market yet. Now they have the opportunity to enter the market by acquiring portfolios in the secondary market, which represents a great opportunity to enter this market. From the servicers' viewpoint, a very important role in order to proceed with selling these loans. Main role has played by the fact that the Hercules scheme included these loans. Given that the guarantees now are accompanied by drafting necessary and ambitious business plans, whose implementation is being monitored very strictly, and it includes specific milestones and clauses if the milestones are not met. This has, inverted commas, this has led servicers to support this solution, which is selling loans to the secondary market. This is something that abroad, especially in countries such as the US or the United Kingdom, this is something that has been happening a lot in the past. And that's what led them to be very specialized when it comes to restructuring a loan and analyzing the debtor, always having a result-driven approach. So this targeted sales of loans will further strengthen recovery of these loans, which will help both meet the target set in the business plans and shield the state with respect to the guarantees that the state has given. And this is one of the major challenges for us. And this is one of the main reasons why we should speed up and further expand the range of solutions at hand. Thank you very much.